Chapter 3. Be Friends. Rachel and Kirsty took off their hoods and stared down into the hive with excitement. The fairy had bright yellow hair. She wore a necklace of golden raindrops and a lot of sparkling golden bracelets. Her t-shirt and shorts were the color of buttercups. Her delicate wings sparkled with 1,000 shimmering rainbows. "Oh, thank you for finding me," the fairy said in her tinkling voice. "I'm Sunny, the yellow fairy." Rachel and Kirsty introduced themselves. "We've met 2 of your sisters already, Ruby and Amber," Kirsty said. Sunny beamed happily. "You found Ruby and Amber?" She stood up, gently pushing the bee away. "Yes, they're safe in the pot at the end of the rainbow," Rachel said. Sunny clapped her tiny hands. "I can't wait to see them again." Suddenly she looked worried. "Have you seen any of Jack Frost's goblins near here?" she asked. "No, not here," Kirsty said, "but there were some by the pot yesterday." "We hid behind a bush until they went away," Rachel exclaimed. "Goblins are scary," Sunny said in a trembling voice. "I've been safe from them here in the hive with my bee friends." Rachel felt very sorry for Sunny. "It's all right. King Oberon sent one of his frog footmen to look after you and your sisters." Sunny cheered up. "I've been really worried about finding my sisters. Jack Frost's magic is so cold and strong." "It won't be long now," Kirsty said. "We're going to find Fern, Sky, Inky, and Heather too, aren't we, Rachel?" "Yes, we promised," Rachel agreed. "Oh, thank you," Sunny said. She threw out her arms and gave a shake of her sparkling wings. Fairy dust rose into the air and drifted down around Rachel and Kirsty. Where it landed, bright yellow butterflies appeared with tiny fluttering wings. A large bee crawled out of one of the waxy openings in the honeycomb next to Sunny. "This is my new friend Queenie," she said. She put her arms around the bee's neck and kissed the top of her furry head. Queenie buzzed softly. "She says hello," said Sunny. "Hello, Queenie," Rachel and Kirsty said together. Sunny picked up her tiny comb and began to comb Queenie's shiny hair. Another bee buzzed angrily. "Don't worry, Petal, I'll comb your hair next," Sunny said. Rachel and Kirsty looked at each other in dismay. "What if Sunny wants to stay with Queenie and the other bees?" Kirsty whispered. "Sunny, you have to come with us," Rachel burst out, "or Fairyland will never get its colors back. It'll take all 7 of the rainbow fairies to undo Jack Frost's spell." The next chapter is called Forgetful Fairy. Chapter 4. Forgetful Fairy. "Yes, you're right. We have to break Jack Frost's spell," Sunny cried. She jumped to her feet and she picked up her wand. Suddenly, an icy wind swept by. Something crunched under Kirsty's feet. There was a small patch of frost on the grass. Rachel shivered as something cold brushed against her cheek. "A snowflake in summer? What's happening?" she cried. "Jack Frost's goblins must be nearby," Kirsty said worriedly. Sunny's tiny teeth chattered with the cold. "Oh no, if they find me, they'll stop me from getting back to Fairyland." Kirsty looked at Rachel with alarm. "Quick, we've got to go." Rachel leaned down and lifted the fairy out of the beehive. Sunny's yellow golden hair dripped with honey. "Oh my, you're really sticky," Rachel said. Just then, Kirsty spotted Mrs. Mary coming out of her cottage. "Oh, I forgot I asked for a drink," Kirsty said. "What are we going to do about Sunny?" Rachel thought for a moment and then dropped the fairy into the pocket of her shorts. Sunny gave out a cry of dismay. "Hey, it's dark in here," she complained. "Sorry," Rachel whispered. "I'll get you out again in a minute, I promise." Suddenly, Kirsty noticed the open hive. "Oh, we've got to put the top back on the hive before Mrs. Mary sees it," she said. She bent down and grabbed the lid. Rachel helped lift it, and they quickly put it in place, just as Mrs. Mary came through the trees. "Here's your drink, dear," said Mrs. Mary, holding a glass out to Kirsty. She had taken off her strange suit and was carrying a shopping basket in her other hand. "Oh, thank you very much," Kirsty said, taking the glass. "Now you girls just stay as long as you like," said Mrs. Mary. "I must run out and buy some fish for my cat. It's time for his lunch." Rachel watched Mrs. Mary walk towards the garden gate, and then she slipped her hand into her pocket. "You can come out now," she said to Sunny, gently lifting her out. The fairy was covered with gray fuzz from Rachel's pocket. "Achoo!" Sunny sneezed and brushed angrily at the bits of sticky fuzz as they clung to her wings. "I'm all clogged up," she wailed. "I won't be able to fly." "Well, we can help you clean up," Rachel said, "but we'll have to be quick in case the goblins find us." Kirsty looked around and pointed to a stone bird bath filled with clear water. "Over there!" "Oh, just what we need," Rachel agreed. She carried Sunny over to the bird bath. Sunny fluttered to the edge of the bath, put down her wand, and dived right in. Splash! The water fizzed and turned bright yellow. Lemony-smelling drops sprayed up into the air. Sunny swam 2 circles, and before long she was sparkling clean. She zoomed up into the air to dry. Misty yellow trails appeared as she swooshed around. "That's better!" she cried. She hovered in the air in front of Kirsty. Her wings flashed like gold in the sun, and then she swooped down onto Rachel's shoulder. "Come on, let's go to the pot at the end of the rainbow. I can't wait to see my sisters." Rachel nodded. She wanted to leave the garden before the goblins got there. "Goodbye, Queenie," Sunny called, waving to her friend. "I'll come back to visit as soon as I can." Queenie peeked out from the hive. She seemed a bit sad that Sunny was leaving. Her feelers drooped as she waved a tiny leg and buzzed goodbye. Sunny sat cross-legged on Rachel's shoulder as they headed for the woods. Suddenly, she cried out and flew up into the air. "Oh, no!" she gasped. "I left my wand next to the bird bath." Rachel looked at Kirsty with concern. "We'll have to go back," she said. "Yes," Kirsty agreed. "We can't leave a fairy wand laying around for goblins to find." "Oh, dear! Oh, dear! Oh, dear!" Sunny zipped back and forth, wringing her hands as they headed back up the path. Rachel paused at the gate and looked into the garden. No sign of any goblins. Rachel and Kirsty ran through the apple trees toward the bird bath. Sunny fluttered above them. Suddenly, an icy blast made them all shiver. They gazed around in alarm. Icicles hung from the apple trees, and the whole lawn was white and crunchy with frost. The goblins had arrived, and they'd brought winter to the lovely garden. Sunny gave a cry of horror. An ugly, hook-nosed goblin jumped up on top of Queenie's hive. His bulging eyes gleamed, and in one hand he was holding Sunny's wand. The next chapter. Well done, Queenie.